Okay, happy Thursday. It's ELA time, and so I'm going to read today our ELA agenda, or y'all can help me read the agenda. From 10 to 10:05, we do introductions, read objectives and standards, and pre-assessment. From 10:05 to 10:10, we will complete our what, Jamari? What does it say? We will complete our do now. From 10:10 to 10:20, we'll be reading and we'll answer our discussion questions. And we're going to read paragraph what, Raylon?
Paragraph 115.
1 through 15. At 10:20 to 10:30, we will have our reflective writing prompt that we will complete. And from 10:30 to 10:40 will be our assessment slash exit ticket. Okay, so this is today's agenda. Okay, so right now over here, you look over here, we have our essential question. We have our essential question. Essential question, how can people and animals support each other? We have answered this question plenty of times throughout this unit. So, can someone tell me, or matter of fact, I'm going to have you guys turn and talk to each other. You're going to talk about how animals can support people. So, partner A will go first, and partner B will listen. So, turn and talk. And Raylon, you will go first, and you can explain to Jamari how how animals support people. You go first, Raylon. You go first. How do you think animals support people?
By getting breathing and medicine.
Okay.
And bringing a wash up down.
Talk to him.
Wash up.
Look at him and talk to him.
And to bring a medicine and to be their owner blanket with their soft skin fur.
Okay.
And another thing I will say is they help us get secure, like around the house, like they protect the house, and like when it's danger, they protect the house, and they will like there's a baby now, they will protect it, like the family and stuff.
Okay. So you both have discussed how people and animals support each other. Were your questions, Jamari, were your stories kind of the same with how people and animals support each other, or was it different? Different. The same. How was it different, Jamari? Tell me how y'all stories are different.
Because what a dog, and like when like people at the door and knock or like they do. Sometimes dogs will run to the door and bark,
Okay.
and like they may be ready to attack.
Okay, so protecting their owners or their family. Okay. And how was your story different from his, Raymond, or the same? How was it the same? What did you think you both said?
Because dogs, they protect their owner, make sure their owner don't be sick, and that's similar to protecting your owner, because you protect your owner can get hurt.
Okay, so that do make good sense. So Raylon, you said that the story is the same because you both talk about how animals can protect their owners, and you're talking about what type of animals, Jamari?
Like
A pit bull, so a dog. What type of animal are you talking about?
Dog.
Dog. So you both were talking about dogs. Okay. So thank you for both sharing. And so now we're going to read paragraph. We're going to read paragraph 1 to 15 in a little bit. But first, let's read today's objective. Today's objective is standard RL1. Students will be able to cite textual evidence that support and analyze of what the text says explicitly, as well as inference drawn from the text. Okay? And so the standard is RL1, cite textual evidence. We also have vocabulary words that we'll be going over. Vocabulary word word milled, skidded, and quivering. Repeat after me, milled,
Milled,
skidded,
Skidded,
and quivering.
Quivering.
Mill,
Mill,
okay, the third one is quivering.
Cool.
Okay, so when we see those vocabulary words in the story, what might we want to do, Raymond?
Highlight.
We might want to highlight these words, because they might be what to us?
Okay.
Hold on. They might be
Vocabulary.
vocabulary words, important words, words that tie the story together, that connects the story, okay? So, with the reading, we're gonna take turns reading. I'm gonna call individuals to read. So go ahead and go to your Google Classroom and click on, you will have, the reading, so go ahead and click on your reading. Now, I also gave you a hard copy if you want to follow along and read it here and highlight it here as well. You can get a hard copy if you like. Or you can read it and you can highlight it and annotate it on your Google Chromebook. Okay? I will know that you're ready when you give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see that Jamari is ready and on the story. So the story is Black Cowboys, Wild Horses. Okay, so we had already read about the author and we read about the background of the story. Okay, and so now we're gonna proceed to read the story. We already said that the story is about what? What do you think the story is about, Jamari?
Horses.
About horses. What do you think the story is? Horses. What else? Do we have any other ideas?
Cowboy.
Cowboys. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna read the story. Okay, who wants to read the story? Who wants to read first? Go ahead, Raylan, you can read first.
First light, Bob Lemons rode his horse slowly up the rouse. When he reached the top, he stopped at the edge of the bluff.
Pause. What do you think a buff might be? What do you think a buff might be? A cliff, yes, because he stopped at the edge of the bluff, which is a cliff. Okay, go ahead, Raylan, finish.
He looked it down at the coral where the other cowboys were beginning the morning chores being turned away and started at the land station as wild as love in every
Direction. Okay, pause. Okay, I'm gonna read the second part. The sky was curved as if it was where he lapped on which the earth lay, napping like a curled cat. High above, a hawk was suspended on cold threads of unseen winds. Far, far away, at what looked to be the edge of the world, land and sky kissed. So in this first paragraph, what might we want to highlight? What might we want to highlight?
the vocabulary words.
The vocabulary words. Okay, so go ahead on your Chromebook or on the page, you can highlight vocabulary words. Okay. Then also too, when we're looking at every story, we must ask about the 5 W's. What are they? We asked about the
Important.
who? Yep. Who?
When,
Okay, hold on. Who? When? What else?
how,
How? it talks about a who. Who is the who that they talking about in the story?
Cowboy.
A cowboy, but they give us some type of information. What they give us?
Black cowboy.
A black cowboy. You can say that.
Bob Lemons, the name.
Okay, black cowboy. Bob Lemons. And that's in paragraph what? What paragraph?
Paragraph 1.
Paragraph 1. So, paragraph 1, we learn about a person, Bob Lemons, and we're thinking that he's the black cowboy. Okay? Jamari, would you like to read paragraph 2? Okay?
He gathered
Warrior,
warriors with their
stallion,
stallion slowly down. The buff, when they reached the
bottom,
bottom of the horse,
rear,
rear
eager to,
eager to run
across,
about the
fastness,
vested of the flat
uh-huh,
until he reached forever.
pause. Who might they be talking about? He got it, warrior. What
The
might?
horse.
Warrior. So we thinking that who?
Warrior is the horse.
And we thinking that warrior is the horse. And we know that or think that because of what? What gave us the clue?
Because it says his black stallion slowly down the.
Okay, thank you, Raylon. So it states it here. Matter of fact, Raylon, can you come and can you highlight here where you found the evidence? And then highlight where you found the evidence. Thank you. So, Jamari, do you see that he said, thank you for allowing that? He said he gathered where his black stallion slowed down the buck, which he believed that that was the horse. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna finish where he left off. Bob smiled and patted him gently on the neck. Easy, easy, he whispered. We'll have time for that, but not yet. He let the horse trot for a while, then slowed him and began peering intently at the ground as if looking for the answer to a question he must understand. It was late afternoon when he saw the hoof prints of mustangs, the wild horses that lived on the plains. He stopped, dismounted, and walked around carefully until he had seen all the prints. Then he got down on his hands and knees to examine them more closely. What might you think mustangs are?
Mustangs like other horses.
Other horses. We think mustang might be other horses because of what evidence, Jamari? What evidence? In paragraph what? In the paragraph. Come up here, in the paragraph. In the paragraph. Ooh, which paragraph? It tells us about what horses might be. Paragraph. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so he highlighted that when he saw the hoof prints of the Mustang, the wild horses. So we determined that Mustangs are wild horses. Thank you, Mark. And you found the evidence in what paragraph?
Paragraph 4.
Paragraph 4. Okay. So I'm going to continue to read. Okay, now we're in paragraph 5. So the who is Black Cowboys, Bob Lemons, Warrior,
And Mustang.
Horses, and Mustang. Raylon wants to add Mustang. These are another type of horses. Okay. So paragraph 5, follow along. Some people learn from books, but Bob had been a slave and never learned to read words. But he could look at the ground and read what animals had walked on it, their size and weight, and when they had passed by, and where saddlebag, took an apple, and gave it to Warrior, who chewed it with noisy enthusiasm. It was a herd of 8 mares, a colt, and a stallion. They had passed through 2 days ago. He would see them soon, but he needed to smell of sun, moon, stars, and wind before the Mustangs would accept him. In paragraph 6, is there any information we should highlight? In paragraph 6. Yes, Ramona.
It was a herd of 8 mares, and a stallion. They had passed there 2 days ago. He will see them.
Okay,
So-
so we need to highlight that. So go ahead and annotate that.
It tells us what happens in the story.
Yes, it does. It tells us what happened in the story. So go ahead and highlight that. Great point, Raymond. Thank you. And once you're done highlight and taking your Chromebook, please give me a thumbs up and I know that I can move on. Good, thank you. The sun went down and chilly night's air came quickly. Bob took the saddlebag and the blanket off Warrior. He was cold but could not make a fire. The Mustangs would smell the smoke in his clothes from miles away. He draped a thick blanket around himself, then took the cotton sack of dried fruit, beef, jerky, and nuts from his saddlebag and ate. When he was done, he laid his head on his saddle and was quickly asleep. Warrior glazed in the tall, sweet grasses. Okay, Raylan, can you read number 8 for me? Paragraph 8.
As soon as the sun rose, shoulders came over the
Horizon.
horizon. Bob awoke. He ate, filled his
Canteen.
and suddenly, Warrior rode away. All day he followed the tracks without hurrying.
Okay, do you know what a canteen is?
No.
They can use a canteen to put water in it, so if they out and about and they need to get some water, they can drink it. Yes.
But it is like a bottle.
It's like a bottle.
It's silver. It's got a top.
That's a canteen. Good job, Jamari. Yep, it's silver with a top, and it's for you to drink it to hold water. Okay, paragraph 9. Near dusk, clouds appeared, piled atop each other like mountains made of fear. Lightning flicked from within them like candles flames shivering in the breeze. Bob heard the faint but distinct rolling of thunder. Suddenly, lightning vowed from the cloud to cloud across the curved heavens. What did he hear, Raylon? What did he hear? He suddenly heard something. What was it?
Lightning.
Lightning. Good. Okay, I'm gonna follow on paragraph 10. Warrior reared his front paws off as they tried to knock the white stripes off fire from the night sky. Bob raced Warrior to the nearby ravine. As the sky exploded, sheets of light, and there in the distance beneath the ghostly light, Bob saw the herd of Mustangs. As if sensing their presence, Warrior rose into the air once again. The time is not challenging the heavens, but almost in greeting. Bob thought he saw the Mustang stallion rise in response as the earth shuddered from the sounds of thunder. Paragraph 11. Can you read paragraph 11, Jamar?
Then the rain comes as hard and stinging as remorse. Quickly Bob but on his poncho and turned worry away from the window, and when the rain waited, the storm would pass soon, or it wouldn't. There was nothing to do but wait.
Thank you, Jamar. poncho. What is a poncho,
A
Raylo?
coat, because we can infer that because it says the storm, and he will put on a coat if it was a storm.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
A poncho is when it's like you get like it's like a bud and it's like something covering you
Mhm.
and it's like different colors and the reason why he said to wait for the storm because it might be like it could be like lightning
Mhm.
to hit certain areas and he don't know where it will hit and it will be dangerous for him and the horse.
Yes, that's a great point. So he wanted to wait to let the storm pass, because you don't wanna be outside when it's thundering, because like you said, you can get hit by thunder. That's a great point, Tamara, thank you. Okay, paragraph 12. Can you read paragraph 12, Raylon?
Finally, the rain slowed and stopped the clouds, bended,
Dan?
and there, high in the sky, the moon appeared as white as
Brief?
grief box stepped
Left?
in the saddle. Our warrior raised on the wet grass.
Thank you. Paragraph 13. The sun rose into a clear sky and Bob awake immediately. The storm would have washed away the tracks, but they had been going towards the big river. He would go there and wait. Paragraph 14. By mid-afternoon, he could see the ribbon of the river shine in the distance. He stopped, needing only to be close enough to see the horses when they came to drink. Towards evening, he saw a trail of rolling dusty clouds. Paragraph 15. In front was the Mustang herd. As they reached the water, the stallion slowed and stopped. He looked around, his head raised, nostrils flared, smelling the air. He turned in Bob's direction and sniffed the air again. And 15, who is he? Who are they talking about for he? He. He looked at Bob and he sniffed the air. Who might he be?
The horse
The horse. Which horse? What is his name?
Stallion.
It's a horse stallion. What is his name though?
must
The horse name is Bob's horse. What is Bob's horse name?
Warrior.
Warrior. Okay, so far we have the who. Bob, cowboy. Bob Lemons, warrior, horse, Mustang. Do it talk about the wind? Do it say wind? Yeah, haven't mentioned wind. Does it mention about how? No. Where? Do it tell us where they at?
A cliff.
We can assume that they at a cliff. Yep. Where? Let's say they at a cliff. By a cliff. What is Bob and Warrior trying to do? Who are they looking for? Mustangs.
Mustangs.
What are they doing? They're looking for other horses. Other horses. Mustangs. What would you like to add, Tamara?
I'm thinking why they wouldn't.
Your why is why are you looking for the other horses? That's a good why. We want to know why are they looking for the other horses? That's a good point. That's the question. Why? Okay. So we're going to stop on paragraph 15. And we're gonna, once we read, we're gonna answer those questions, the rest of those questions. Okay, so before you do that, I need you to go to your Google Classroom. Go to your Google Classroom. And you have an assessment. You have an assessment. But before we do the assessment, I'm going to give you, go to your Google Classroom, you're gonna look and see your writing prompt. So once you have your writing prompt, go to Google Classroom, go to Chicago Reading Frame. Chicago Reading Frame. once you make it to here, let me know. So your reflective writing prompts. Okay, did you find it in your Google Classroom? Okay,
On it.
okay. Go back, go right in here. You found it good, I'm gonna help you. Go back, that's not what, go back to your, right here, to your class. Go down, wait. Writing, reflective writing prompt, I'm sorry, reflective writing prompt. Okay, so the writing prompt, all eyes up here, all eyes up here. It says, write about a time when you felt misunderstood or underestimated, similar to the experience of the black cowboys in the American West. So I want you to write about a time where misunderstood. Misunderstood meaning that someone thought something of you and they didn't understand you. So I want you to, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to write about a time where you felt misunderstood or underestimated. Sometimes meaning that people probably think that you can't do something. Okay? So write about a time, you get to write about a time when you felt misunderstood, like, oh man, that person don't understand what I'm trying to tell them. Or underestimate, oh, they don't think I can do something. You can type it on there. Okay, if it's not working here, you can write it in here, write it in here. Go back to it. Go back to it. So look. Okay, let me share it again. You can write it in your notebook.
Okay.
Go ahead and write it in your notebook. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, okay? You're gonna answer that question in your notebook. It's on your Chromebook as well. You're answering this question. You're talking about a time where you felt misunderstood or underestimated. I'm just gonna walk around and see where you're at. You just start right in the front. You have 5 minutes for it. Have a seat. It's fine, you got enough paper. So you have 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go ahead and write it. And then please gather your thoughts. I'm gonna give you time to share your thoughts. Here you go, you can answer it on here. Raylon, you can answer it on here. And so take your time, make sure that you are ready, have an idea of what you would like to share, okay? If you finish, please read over your final thoughts. You have roughly 2 minutes to finish your final thoughts. And if you like to share orally, meaning you wanna tell it to me, then instead of writing, that's fine too, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll know that you're ready to share. You have under 30 seconds, so please finish your final thought.
And
Okay, so that is the time. Okay, so if you have a final thought, go ahead and write it, and if you didn't write it, you can bear to express it and tell your partner. Okay, so, turn to your elbow partner, turn, face each other, make sure you have eye contact, decide who's gonna go first and share their story. Who would like to go first? Okay, Jamari's gonna go first, Raylan's gonna listen, go ahead, Jamari.
When my brother told me he could give me the thing, and I showed him proof I could, and I showed him, and I showed him proof I could, and he's impressive because he thought I changed a lot in the game, and I beat him in the game, and he said that was impressive.
Raylan.
when they said I could not beat someone good at the game room, and I beat the good one at game room, and and they said to go to pick up a box.
So, Jamari, how did it make you feel when your brother thought, when he underestimated you? How did it make you feel when you thought you couldn't do something?
Angry,
Made you feel angry. Why did it make you feel angry?
because he thought I was weak at the game.
He thought you was weak at the game.
I showed him from his
So how did it make you feel when you showed him, like, hey, I can beat you in this game? How did that make you feel then?
it made me feel happy because he thought I was weak.
Okay. So it made you feel happy when you showed him that you can do it because he underestimated you. And so now that you showed him you can do it, it made you feel happy, you felt a sense of pride, right? It feels good when someone tells you you can't do something, you can do it. Because you know you can do it, right? You believe in yourself to do it. What about you, Raylon? How does it make you feel when people say, hey, Raylon, you're too small, too little, pick up that box? How does that make you feel when they underestimate you? Because of your what? Make you mad because of your size, right? And so when you show them that you can do it, how does that make you feel?
I feel good.
You feel pretty good. And so you talked about how in the game room, someone underestimated you because they thought that you couldn't beat the person that was really good. And what made them think that you couldn't beat them? Did they tell you why?
Because I could beat them in WWE.
All in a certain type of game. So they underestimated you because you used to play a different game, and so then they actually play a new game, which is WWE, and you was able to beat the
When
person.
they said that I can't help them win,
screen, and you can lift the box. How does that make you feel? Thumbs up, feel, what does thumbs up mean? I don't know what that means.
Good.
Make you feel pretty good, right? Okay, so I heard you both talk about how when people underestimate you guys, it makes you feel sad, mad, not good. But when you're able to do the things that they say that you can't do, and you do it, and you do it well, makes you feel good, sense of pride, make you happy, right? Okay, so that ties back into, the black cowboy, you know, in the story where back in the day, with the American, like Indians or the cowboys, they didn't believe that black cowboys could be cowboys. And they underestimated them as far as being a good cowboy because they were black. And so the same way you guys, feel when people underestimate you, how do you think, Bob Lemons feel as being a black cowboy? How do you think he might feel?
You might feel mad, then when you started to get it, he started feeling happy, he started to build his bow with his horse, and the thread between them two, it started to be like they,
Bonding?
mm-hmm.
Good, yes, I agree, Jamari, because it says that he was a slave. What do you know about being a slave? What do you know about being a slave?
They treat people badly, and they hate them for no reason.
So being a slave, you know, because you read books and stories that they treated black people badly, and they made them slaves, and they treated them bad, and
And
they
they were
hit them,
bruised.
and you said they gave them bruises
They
and
smacked
whips.
them with sometimes.
Then, you know, I know my slaves, I used to read on my personal perspective,
Mhm.
that Martin Luther King, he was a protester, and he met Rosa Parks, and the people he knew, and he started protesting, that's the stuff that he wanted, to keep, and they killed him for no reason because he was black, and they didn't like black people for protesting, and they didn't like nobody doing that. So he told us, like in the story, he said, keep up your dreams, don't let nobody bring you down.
Yes, that was a great connection, both of you. So now, we're gonna go back to your Google Classroom, and now you're going to complete the assessment. Now, the assessment is gonna be a short assessment, and it's a few questions on the assessment, just for you to answer the questions. I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to answer the questions on the assessment. I'm gonna just walk back, okay? So it's a short assessment, just giving, asking questions. Okay, this is the assessment, these, questions. Okay, that's good. Okay, here we go. Okay. And then once you're done, just hit share and make copy. Okay? You finished? Okay, just, once you finish, share it with me,